Hello, everybody. Jonas and Pierre, the beer and rambling and gambling, looking at Abita Turbodog, an English brown ale, some would say, or some say the dark brown ale, according to Abita. 5.6 ABV by volume. It's one of their 7 signature beers that they have at the brewery. Abita. Of course, the Amber and the IPA are both good. I've had the Barrel Bourbon Stout, which is also good too. Look at the head, as you can see. Hold on one second. I got to turn on this TV in the background. Stand by. Marvel at the beer. All right, I'm back. Turn on TV. Anyhow, Abita, again, as I mentioned, a lot of their beers are very synonymous in the right here in this region of the Gulf Coast. Their beer is pretty much sold everywhere. Very popular here in this region, but pretty much they're everywhere, according to the website. Turbo Dog is a dark brewed ale brewed with pale caramel and chocolate malts with a Willamette hops. This coffee gives Turbo Dog a rich body and color and a sweet chocolate toffee-like flavor. Well, that I would agree. First time I had this was 2 years ago, 2000 and 2.5 years ago, 2014, and I thought the beer was quite good around March or about around March or so. March 2014, I had my first time having that beer, and I really enjoyed it. Thought it was excellent. And at first I thought it was a stout, but as obviously as I'm more educated, it's a brown ale, but could pass as a stout if you want to. Um, you look at the head, as you can see here. Nice head, very creamy, nice top. The scent, it does have that scent of chocolate. It's almost like a sort of a sweet style coffee, coffee that you get at Starbucks, but not it. But quite full. Um, Good taste, very flavorful, very easy. Um, Not bad. It's not overly chocolate. I mean, it has the sense of it, but it's not. There's not like fully a lot of chocolate on this in this brew. It has that sort of that flavor, that toffee like flavor you taste. It's not bad. Um, I've always been a fan of these styles of beers. I've liked these dark beers. Today I had a beer. Well, the other day I had a beer. I was at a cigar shop, and they just recently opened up a bar in the back where you can buy your cigar, but you can go puff, and you can have your whatever beverage you want to have in the back. It's a local place here. Um, they had a shop called oh boy, name escapes me. If I probably if I remember it, I'll probably put it out when if I do another beer that doesn't I do if I do another review of a beer with a stout beer, I'll probably let it be known. But I've always been a fan of these styles of beer. Dark, the better. And I think maybe this time of year right now, as we're in January, we're in the middle of winter now. It's cold, depending on where you are, and it's a little nippy out there, getting that way slowly. But to me, I always felt a dark beer, a porter or a stout would be always be great this time of year. Something warm and flavorful. The temperature wise on this beer, I had it in my little cooler here. I had it for about like 40. It was like 55. Excuse me, it was about 45 degrees. So it's about on that right. It was about 47 I took it out of the cooler, so it's about near there. Uh, what is it? But it is one of those beers that you got to have within that temperature range. It's very full. Doesn't taste like any ale. Sort of kind of comparative with Newcastle Brown Ale, but that is a little lighter in color versus this. Um, so, but this is real good. I've always been a fan of Turbodog since that time I had it. And I tend to make an attempt to get this in singles a lot. And the place I go to, Rouse's, whether it's Mobile or across the Mobile Bay in Spanish Fort, I'll tend to get this a lot. But this is pretty good. Food pairings with this beer, cheeses you could look at maybe Colby cheese, Parmesan cheese would go well with this. And as far as meats or palates or a meal, grilled meats, pork, like roasted pork or what we call back home in Haiti. My family calls it guillo, roasted pork, or you can say some paella or jambalaya will go well with this brew here. Um, it's quite tasty. There are a lot of good styles, and I like the Newcastle Brown, and I think this is good too. But this is right up there with it. 5.6 ABV is not bad. Outstanding score with the Bros. They give it an outstanding score. Beer Advocate it says it's very good. So they like the beer. They like the beer. Um, really going down real easy right now, and I had was nibbling on something earlier, and red beans and rice will go well with this. I'm thinking, some chorizo sausage or Kaneka sausage, with red beans and white rice. You know, this beer will pair well with that, in my opinion. It sounds quite tasty right now. I like this beer. I'm giving this a solid 10 for me. I've like I said, on buys, I've always loved it and still do. I think it's primo, the one of the best. I think my colleague Ronald J. Terra mentioned that they do tours at that brewery in Abita Springs, Louisiana. I could be wrong, but I think they do. I need to get out and start doing some traveling, and then start visiting some of these breweries and see the process and if you and another thing too about temperature, if you go to the Beer Advocate website or even I think Rate Beer, they'll give you an idea and a list of beers that can, in terms of all styles of beers, what the best way to how you want it cold or a certain temperature. Um, whether it be a dry Irish stout, a pale ale, lagers, of course, um, to your you know, IPAs, box, whatever it is, they give you a list of, this beer should be at this temperature, that beer should be at that temperature, which is kind of cool. And um, I when I did the SOS review, uh, some said it maybe was not the best idea to um, have it. Which was I think a European style ale. I'm trying to remember what the style of the SOS by Abita. But they said it was not really a good idea to freeze it. Maybe it was better to kind of keep it in the refrigerator. So maybe. But in any event, now I know. So um, This is quite good. Like I said, I'm giving this a solid 10. I think it's a really, really good beer. Perfect evening for ending a work week, and just perfect. So leave your comments on the bottom. Tell me what you think about Abita Turbodog. If you've had it before, leave your comments on the bottom, and we'll share some views. John and Pierre, the Beer and Savior Ramble. Solid 10 for Abita Turbodog. Going to keep watching. And as always, cheers.